Hey, it's JC1424 once again with Gran Turismo 4. And in this episode of our GT mode playthrough, part 38, we're going to be doing some endurance racing at Tsukuba circuit, the Roadster 4-hour endurance. And we're going to use the Mazda MX-5 Miata because they're only allowing Mazda MX-5s because their nickname is also just the Roadster. We got this for a Roadster one make in the Mazda one make races. And it happened to be relatively new, from the year 2000. I think the newest one in the game might be 2004. But I kind of wish I had one from like 1991 or 1989, something like that, because, you know, they're not as good with performance from the get-go. This, on the other hand, we already have a Stage 1 turbine kit in it, but we're going to take that off for the race, just to neutralize the playing field. Yeah, we reached a quarter of the game completion with 25.2% right now. Last episode, we did the evolution meeting, you know, Lancer Evos, and I bought some used one for like 2003 or whatever the heck it was. So yeah, there it is, Roadster 4-hour endurance, no license required, which makes sense. I'll drive MX-5s. The cash prize if you win this race is 100,000 credits, and I'll still be nowhere near what I was after I complete 1,000 miles, which it's sensible because that was a championship of endurance races, like 4 3-hour races or whatever. And you can see it's all Mazda MX-5s. It says standard or sports tires required, and of course, because it's regular standard car, that's what it comes with. So, 4 hours, 0 minutes. Let's show up to the track. As you can see, it says we've got 200 horsepower right now. Usually I show up to this menu at the beginning of every single episode to turn off my driving aids, but of course we've already done that with this car. So take that off, bringing us down to 163 horsepower. Here's our starting lineup for our first ever endurance race in this Let's Play. We have a white SR Limited from 97, a red 1.8 RS from 98, a turquoise S Special Type I from 95, and that is tied as the oldest one here with this magenta VR Limited from 95. And then there's another 1800 RS just like our own from the year 2000, and that one is black. And before we get this race started, at one point I was at Walmart digging through the Hot Wheels bin for the heck of it, and I found this 1991, slightly tuned for sure, Mazda MX-5, and it's an awesome yellow color. Probably doesn't look as good on camera, but you know, it's an actual convertible and everything. And I didn't have a Mazda MX-5 Hot Wheel of any kind. Figured after all these years, I'd have at least one, but they weren't that popular with me until I started playing this game, because I didn't care for them that much in Gran Turismo 3. I think maybe the newest version of the MX-5 I really liked in Gran Turismo 3. Okay, so first corner, we're already up to 5th place. Coming onto the second corner, and I'm about to pass the guy driving the same car as me. You know, usually it's like I'm trying to pass everyone as soon as possible and get the race won on lap 1, and it's a rolling start and everything. But I could wind up taking the lead in the first couple laps and then leading the entire rest of the race. Okay, that's not going to work. He's going to shut the door on me. Ow! This guy's going to run into me. I'm definitely sure that this guy right here and the other 1800 RS, he's going to make a move on this turquoise dude. The S Special one. I don't know where they get all these names from, but at least we have an actual variety. We just have like one car that is the same twice, and that is the other guy in the black one. So, after the first lap of this Tsukuba Endurance, we're up to 3rd place, 2 seconds back from the white one. A little aggressive going into turn 1 this time. I did not mean to do that. Look at the damn interval. Still get a really nice crossover and run off of the first corner for this lap. And we're heading towards them. Just 1 second back. I'm really not going to have that much to show in this video. Once you've seen me go a few laps around this track, all you really need to see is pit stop or two. Okay, little twat. I can show you a pit stop or two and whatever stupid crap these AI might happen to do. I guess like lapping everybody for the first time whenever that comes up. See how things spread out and change once we get there. It could be like a whole freaking hour until we actually start lapping people. Because I mean, it's a minute a lap, and I'm probably only like a 2 or 3 seconds faster than everyone. Well, after running 13 laps, Going into the second corner, I'm catching the tail of the field. This magenta colored dude is still basically in this position and not giving me any room. That's not going to change. My past couple laps have been 1 minute 8.55 seconds, which is not far off my best lap. I know I'm probably going to seep into like 1 minute 7 second, maybe even 1 minute 6 second territory at some point in this race by some miracle. It's basically just a giant, long test session to see the fastest lap that you can run. We got around this guy. That does make sense that he's right there because he started ahead of the black one. Now he would be behind him and still in front of the red one, I guess. Maybe I should have shifted into third gear right there. I think I usually do. I'm getting a call from someone whose name is Spam Risk. That's an interesting name. And then heading into this last corner, same lap. Catching Cherry Red VR Limited? Is that the red one? I don't freaking remember. But yeah, the black one did get around him. He has yet to catch the white one, the 97, I believe the white one was. And I think that he might because, I mean, my car was running quite competitively compared to that one. He's got a bit of a gap to make up, but you know, he said if they got the better car, the AI can do it. Got all the time in the world. You never know, like, if some of these Miatas might have different tire strategies. But I can make any cuts just yet. We're gonna get to this guy so we can say that we caught one of the AI driving the exact same car as me, same everything. I took off the turbine kit. So we're on equal playing field, me and this guy right here. I could say that in like 15 and a half laps, I caught the black 1800 RS and lapped him. That's kind of weird, but that is the case. As we're getting a run off of this hairpin. It looked like it was. And neither of us are getting to better gears right now. Yeah, he's catching the white one. He's a lot closer, just like me. I was catching the white one faster than I was catching the black one from what I was looking at. Okay, so not 15 and a half laps. It's 16 laps. Yeah, he's right there behind him. We get around him, and then he can make his pass. Oh, he's going to do that. We're going to go into this next corner 3 wide. Yeah, we're going to go to the next corner fucking 3 wide. I want mine, and you want yours. Oh my. Well, that's the most interesting thing to happen yet in this race. But there you go. We lapped the whole field. 16 laps in. Seems that the left rear falls off first, and there are 3 hard right turns, and then like 1 slightly hard right turn. If you think about this track. So yeah, we'll get those same tires, the fuel. And of course, I'm going to drive this car all the way throughout. You don't see all the footage, and you think that I maybe gave it to the B-Spec driver. Well, I get A-Spec points only if I run the entire race myself. I say the same thing at 1,000 miles. I know how this game works. I've been through this, and this, playing the first time when I got it. Okay, so the black 1800 RS had enough time to unlap himself with my pit stop. I have no idea when they're pitting. Maybe they might be on sports tires or whatever the heck. Last twice as long as mine or something. And yet somehow I'm still out driving them like crazy, so I'm not worried about anything. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened. You're fine. That didn't happen. Nope. What happened? Nothing. Oh, well, someone's finally pitting, and it is the black 1800 RS. And that happens, I guess, at the end of lap 36 for him. And there goes the next guy. And the next guy. And the next guy. And the last guy. Apparently I'm sexist, and they're all guys. Then, only like 4 laps later, I'm taking my second pit stop, which means I'm taking 2 pit stops an hour. And then they're taking like 1 pit stop every 15 minutes, something like that. That was a terrible run. Like, The closest I came to setting new record was minute 8.30, I guess. I mean, that's not too far off. I mean, most of the freaking time, I just couldn't catch a grip. And then I lost a lot more grip in the last couple laps of my run than I did the first time. And there goes the 1800 RS, the black one, as opposed to ours, passing the red one. I guess that would be him actually putting him a lap down, because the black 1800 RS is actually still second place, despite hitting earlier than everyone else, aside from me. Ugh, swear to God, that is as good as it gets. This will be our 8th and final stop of the day at lap 197. Ever since way back at the beginning of the race, I have not been able to come close to a minute and 8 seconds flat. As a matter of fact, I've been like a second and a half off for like 2 hours, and I don't know why. Down the back straightaway for the final time. This is going to be the end of the Roadster 4-hour endurance at Tsukuba. Of course, over-revved the engine in third gear one last time. I'm not even paying attention to where I am in the lap, but wound up being a 205-lap race that we win by over 6 laps. This other 1800 RS, the black one. The white one wound up finishing 4th rather than 3rd. There's our 100,000 credit grand prize for the victory, and that gets us back up to 524,000. What car are they giving me? Can it be like a race car at least? Because okay, Mazda RX-7 LM race car. Ooh, and it's green and orange. Gatorade! There we go, we got the golden trophy emblem doohickey, and then there was some kind of race logo at the left side of the screen that I never noticed before we started this. We will do the 9-hour Tsukuba endurance at some point later on before we get our A license. Not for a while, it might be a whole freaking week or whatever. I don't know how many one-make races we got left at the moment. But let's get back in home. I'm probably at like 25.3 or 25.4% game completion. I just raced for 4 hours. We gained 0.2% completion, but it's based off the events, not how many laps you run at wherever. This car could probably use an oil change. I honestly think I don't need this car anymore, but I'll worry about that later. Thanks for watching this episode of Gran Turismo 4, our GT mode. I was excruciating. I had to stop and give me some taquitos halfway through. I didn't really leave that in. I probably should have been extra good content. See you next time. That's that, and episode over.